There's a really interesting question, isn't there? How do you start off and get your money to invest in your first property, and how does it work? Well, for me, there's two options. You either can borrow a smaller amount of money from an investor and then actually do the rest with a mortgage, in which case normally mortgages will give you 75% of the purchase price, so you need to get 25%. You either have it yourself, you borrow it from friends or family, or from an investor. Never do this without letting the mortgage company know precisely what you're doing, and also make sure that the mortgage company is comfortable with you working with an investor. Typically what they'll do is they'll ask the investor to sign an agreement to show where the money has come from, because they need to do money laundering, but also they'll ask the investor to have security outside of the mortgage that they've got given you for the property. So one way to do it is to get the deposit for the mortgage from your investor, and then either from the same investor or a different investor get the renovation money. And I did that quite regularly with permission from my mortgage company. So at the very beginning, talk to your mortgage company, talk to your broker, and just make sure that they're happy with that. The other way, and again I did this really regularly, it was great, and I actually prefer it this way, is my investor would give me 100% purchase money for the house. Yes, you heard that. So let me give you a real life example. I bought a property for £203,000, which was worth £330 once I did it up. I know because I got a RICS valuation as soon as I renovated it. And I had an investor give me what's called a private mortgage for the whole £203,000. They took a first charge. It was basically as if they were a bank and they produced the mortgage, but instead of them saying I'm only going to give you 70% or 75% loan to value, they're like, I'll give you 100% because I know that it's discounted, because I know it's worth more. I then worked with a second investor and they gave me the £41,000 it cost to refurb that particular property. So how much money of my own money did I put in? None. So, and it was easy, it was simple, and what I did was I took the £203,000, I bought the property in my name. It was a legally agreed contract with the investor. I took the £41,000 and I spent it on renovation, and then I refinanced the whole property, paid the investor back out the £41,000, paid the investor back out the £203,000 because the whole thing got revalued at £330, and I did a 75% loan to value. Now, you can do that when you are absolutely damn sure you found a discounted deal, which is why everything rests on you sourcing discounted deals. But what if you've never done this before? Well, if you can find a property that you're buying for £203,000 that you can prove is worth £330, how many people do you think are interested? Loads. And the reason is, it's got a huge amount of profit in it, and you can share some of that profit with you and some of that profit with your investor, and you both make money. They end up with a one-off payment, good for them. You end up with a house, in this case for me, that makes over £1,000 a month for the rest of my life. Lucky me. So do not think you can't buy houses with third-party investors' money, because you definitely can. Obviously take legal advice, obviously have legal documentation, but there's so many people out there with money, and if you're amazing at finding deals, you'll definitely be able to work with them. Good luck, share this with somebody who needs it, and subscribe to the channel. Not quite sure where to start managing a portfolio? Learn to let. My lettings pack, written for you guys, you can download it now. It is all the knowledge processes systems we use to run a major portfolio. Go grab it now.